Welcome back to Hockey Eastern Ontario's Rule of the Week, where each week we take a rule from the Hockey Canada rulebook and break it down for our officials, our coaches, and our players to help them better understand the rule and how it can be applied in a game situation. Do you think you know the penalty for when a player physically intimidates, threatens, or pushes an official? Maybe, maybe not, because one part of that has changed this year. You want to know which part? Stay tuned. So this week, we're going to talk about Rule 11.5, Physical Harassment of Officials. Now, most officials, coaches, and players will already know this rule and probably can guess, if they don't know already, what the penalty is for that type of very serious infraction. However, we wanted to cover it this year because there is a slight change in one of the situations that calls for a different penalty. So let's jump right into it. 11.5C says a match penalty will be assessed to any player or team official who conducts themselves in such a way that physically threatens or intimidates an official without making physical contact, deliberately applies physical force to an official with a minimal to moderate degree of violence without causing injury, or deliberately applies physical force to an official with a high degree of violence or causes injury to an official by way of an intentional contact. Note 1. Where a player or team official has been assessed a match penalty under this rule, the referee will report the individuals by completing a game incident report, including full details, and submitting the report to the appropriate member or league delegate. So here's the new part, Rule 11.5E. A game misconduct will be assessed to any player or team official who, in the course of attempting to continue or continuing to participate in a gathering or altercation, accidentally applies physical force to an official. The key word here is accidental. If a player or players involved in a scrum accidentally make contact with an official, officials are no longer required to call a match penalty. They can call a game misconduct penalty because the contact was accidental. That really is the only change. You are still expected to call a match penalty in circumstances where the player threatens, intimidates, or touches an official in any way. It doesn't matter the level of contact. If it's minor, if it's major, if it's whatever it is, a match penalty has to be called in those circumstances because we need to get rid of that from the game. Players cannot physically intimidate or touch officials during a game. Okay, so that's really important. Luckily, we don't see a lot of those every year, which is great news. But now we have a little bit more flexibility. If the official deems that the contact with a player was accidental, that the player accidentally touched the official, then that penalty can be called a game misconduct rather than the match penalty. If you have any questions about this or any other of our videos in the Rule of the Week series, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. My email address is below. You can also feel free to reach out to your association referee-in-chief or your district referee-in-chief. Any of these folks will be happy to answer your questions as well. You can also reach out to the referee-in-chief of Hockey Eastern Ontario. His name is John Reed, and his contact information is below as well. Before we go, just a quick reminder, please like this video and subscribe to the channel if you like the content that you receive here, and please recommend it to other people. The focus here is really on teaching as many people about the game of hockey and the rules of hockey as we can so that we have a better understanding between officials, coaches, and players, of course. Until next week, have a safe and wonderful week, and we'll see you back here real soon. All the best.